The disappearance of dinosaurs ended one chapter of life's story and opened an entirely new one where small, furry creatures would gradually inherit the planet. In the recovering forest that emerged from the ash-covered soil, something revolutionary was happening. The ecological vacuum left by extinct dinosaurs created unprecedented opportunities for the survivors. The small mammals that had once scurried in the shadows of giants now found themselves in a world of possibilities. The extinction event created the ecological opportunity for mammalian evolution that eventually led to primates and humans, explains Dr. Miranda Chun, evolutionary biologist at Cambridge University. This was the redirection of life's trajectory on Earth. Initially, mammals remained relatively modest in both size and diversity. The fossilized remains from the Paleocene epoch, spanning from 66 to 56 million years ago, show the first tentative expansions. These early post-extinction mammals generally maintained the small body sizes that had helped their ancestors survive, but they were already beginning to explore new ecological possibilities. The absence of dinosaurs transformed both animal life and plant communities. With giant herbivorous dinosaurs no longer browsing the treetops or trampling undergrowth, forests grew denser. The relationship between plants and animals entered a new phase of coevolution that would prove crucial for primate development. The visual evidence of this transformation appears in the fossil record through a remarkable shift in seed and fruit structures. Without large dinosaur herbivores to disperse massive seeds, plants began producing smaller seeds. However, these fruits grew larger and more nutritious over time, an adaptation to attract the new seed dispersers, mammals and birds. These developing forest ecosystems, with their closed canopies and abundant fruit resources, created ideal conditions for a particular group of mammals that would eventually include our own ancestors. The early primates found advantages in developing specialized adaptations for life in these new forests. As we move into the Eocene epoch, approximately 56 to 34 million years ago, the fossil record shows an acceleration in mammalian diversification. What had begun as subtle variations among small, generalist mammals became an explosion of specialized forms. Herbivores, carnivores, burrowers, climbers, gliders, and even the earliest marine mammals emerged, each exploiting different aspects of the post-extinction world. Among these emerging mammals, the early primates developed specific adaptations that distinguished them from their relatives. Enhanced visual acuity allowed them to judge distances precisely when moving through branches. Their growing manual dexterity, with opposable thumbs and flattened nails instead of claws, enabled them to manipulate objects with increasing precision. Most critically, these early primates were developing dietary preferences that would shape their evolution. The abundance of energy-rich fruits in the recovering forest provided a premium food source that rewarded those individuals with the best ability to locate, grasp, and process these nutritional packages. This relationship between fruit evolution and primate development is a significant example of how the extinction event indirectly shaped the course of evolution, notes Dr. Chun. The very foods that sustained our earliest ancestors existed in that form specifically because dinosaurs had disappeared. The timeline of this transformation reveals the gradual, yet inexorable pace of evolutionary change. By compressing millions of years into minutes, we can visualize mammals growing from mouse-sized creatures hiding in burrows to diverse forms occupying every available niche in the recovering ecosystems. The initial diversification appears in the Paleocene fossil record, with numerous new mammalian groups emerging. The Eocene then witnessed further radiation and the appearance of recognizable primate forms. On screen, we see a scientific overlay showing this timeline with key evolutionary milestones. Arrows branch outward from the small surviving mammals, gradually expanding to fill the vacant ecological spaces. One particular branch leads toward early primates, with visual markers highlighting the development of grasping hands, forward-facing eyes, and larger brains, all adaptations that would eventually lead to human evolution. What's particularly striking about this mammalian takeover is how it contrasts with the previous Mesozoic power structure. For over 160 million years, dinosaurs had dominated terrestrial ecosystems, while mammals remained peripherally important. Within just 10 million years after the impact, a geological eye blink, mammals had diversified into forms that would have been impossible in a dinosaur-dominated world. The forests themselves were changing in ways that supported this mammalian revolution. Without massive herbivorous dinosaurs browsing canopies and trampling undergrowth, forest structures became more complex. Multi-layered canopies created diverse habitats within a single forest. This three-dimensional complexity offered numerous ecological niches for climbing, leaping, and fruit-eating mammals. Dr. Chun explains further. The shift in forest structure from open to closed canopy was a direct consequence of the loss of large herbivores. This created new habitats and food sources, which drove the diversification of mammals, particularly the early primates. This evolutionary narrative raises a profound question. Would humans exist today if the asteroid hadn't hit? The scientific consensus suggests probably not. The dominance of dinosaurs had effectively constrained mammalian evolution for over 160 million years. The nocturnal, insectivorous lifestyle that had allowed mammals to coexist with dinosaurs had become an evolutionary cul-de-sac, limiting their potential diversification. The asteroid impact eliminated competitors and fundamentally restructured Earth's ecosystems in ways that specifically favored the adaptations our ancestors would eventually develop. The primate combination of grasping hands, depth-perceiving vision, and expanded brains found its perfect expression in fruit-rich forests that only existed because dinosaurs had vanished. As this evolutionary phoenix rose from the extinction's ashes, the ancestral forms that would eventually lead to monkeys, apes, and humans were developing in these recovering ecosystems, still benefiting from the ecological opportunities created by the extinction event millions of years earlier.